he received the inspiration to take the priceless wisdom of Vedanta to share that in 2026, Chaitanya aged 75 years, which we will celebrate with devotion as the Amrit Mahotsav. As part of these celebrations, all Chaitanya centers are organizing activities such as 108 Samaj Hanuman Chalisa chanting, Hanuman Melas, and several Jnana Yajnas. Chaitanya Prerna, the Ravi Mumbai Center, is located in Khardar, where the Mahalakshmi Temple stands as the center of faith for lakhs of devotees. In March 2026, a grand re-consecration ceremony of Goddess Mahalakshmi's idol will take place. In preparation, a collective resolve has been taken to chant the Mahalakshmi Ashtakam 11 times in every household. For further details of these programs, please reach out to our volunteers. Let us now begin the program by lighting the lamp. We invite Dev Ji, Vishwanath Ji, Jayashree Ji, Shankar Ji of Shree Subramania Seva Samaj and Bhajan. Chaitanya ji. He completed his engineering from Pune University and worked with TCS before choosing the spiritual path. After undergoing intensive Vedanta training at Sandipani Sadhanalaya, he received Brahmacharya Diksha in 2013 from Pujya Guruji Swami Tejo Mayanandaji. His initial appointment was at Chaitanya Mission Khardar. He plays a significant role at Chaitanya International Foundation, where he is instrumental in developing the offline format of the Vedanta post-study course. Owing to his exceptional brilliance, he has secured the first rank in Sanskrit at both national and international levels and is currently pursuing his PhD. He is also an accomplished tabla player. With his cheerful nature and profound knowledge, he is immensely popular among children, youth, and elders alike. Without further ado, we warmly welcome Brahmachari Chaitanya ji with a round of applause. A humble request to everyone present, please switch off your phones or keep them on silent so that we may benefit from the session with complete concentration and reverence. Over to Dev ji. Hari Om.
Am I audible? Clear? Sound is clear. Krishna Krishna Mukunda Janardana Krishna Krishna Mukunda Janardana Krishna Govinda Narayana Hare Krishna Govinda Narayana Hare Achyutananda Govinda Madhava Achyutananda Govinda Madhava Sachidananda Narayana Hare Sachidananda Narayana Hare Krishna Krishna Mukunda Janardana Krishna Krishna Mukunda Janardana Krishna Govinda Narayana Hare 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 Shri Krishna Bhagavan ki Jai Shri Satgurnath Maharaj ki Jai Very happy to be here and to talk about Gita Panchamrits. All of us who are born in this great land of Bharat and those who belong to this Bharatiya Samskriti know about Srimad Bhagavad Gita. We don't know Gita, but we know about Gita. Okay? There's a difference. Suppose somebody starts asking questions on Bhagavad Gita, we may not be able to answer. So we know about Bhagavad Gita, but we don't know Gita. So this Gita Panchamrita is an attempt so that every single one of us, all Bharatiyas, all those who belong to this Bharatiya Samskriti, to this Sanatana Vaidika Dharma, Sanatana Hindu Dharma, all of us should know at least the basic or the main teaching of Bhagavad Gita. Okay? You see, historically, when we say we know about Bhagavad Gita, what do we know about Bhagavad Gita? Huh? That it was given by Bhagavan Shri Krishna, okay, to Arjuna, where in the Kurukshetra war, when the war was starting, in the battlefield of Kurukshetra, just before the battle started, Arjuna went through certain mental problems. Gurudev has Subramania has a unique way of explaining this. Yes, he went through mental breakdown. What is Bhagavad Gita? Gurudev said, Arjuna's mental breakdown and Krishna's roaring, thunderous sound that brought him out of it. So what is Bhagavad Gita? That is what is Gita. How Arjuna was completely devastated with the idea and the thought that he has to kill his own people. Not that he had not thought about it. He had thought about it before, but the gravity of situation at that point was such that he is looking at Bhishma Pitama, he is looking at Dronacharya and he is thinking, this is it. This is probably the last time when we are going to see each other eye to eye. From here onwards, there is going to be battle. In my battle, either I will win or I will die. There is no third option. There is no third option. When the gravity of situation came to him, he realized that he is not ready for the battle. Many people misunderstand by saying that Arjuna was scared. Arjuna was not scared at all. If you see first chapter of Bhagavad Gita also, he is very confident. He says, if we fight, we will win. If we win, we will get the kingdom. What is the point in getting the kingdom if we don't have our own people? On their blood, if they are going to win the kingdom, I don't want such kingdom. So you see, there was no doubt in his mind that if he fights, he is going to win. He was not afraid. Even if we see Mahabharata as the history, before the war, Arjuna has already defeated all of them. The battle of Virat, when the Matsya, when all of them attacked, there was a whole army of Kauravas. Bhishma Pitama, Dronacharya, Kripacharya, Karna, Duryodhana, Dushasana, Shakuni, all of them. And on this side there was only one, there was only Arjuna. There was nobody else. Not even Sri Krishna as chariot. Uttara was the chariot, who himself was scared. Even in such case, even in such time, Arjuna defeated all of them. So please, we should not think that Arjuna was scared. Arjuna was not scared. Arjuna was suddenly overcome with what is called as odd compassion, misplaced compassion. Why misplaced compassion? Because he suddenly thought that these are my people. This is my grandfather, this is my guru. He forgot who he was standing as. Guruji, Swami Vivekananda says very beautiful thing. He says, confusion in beauty arises from ignorance of identity. When I don't know who I am, I will have confusion about what should I do. A judge in the courtroom faces a peculiar problem that the criminal is that judge's relative. Now, if the judge remembers that he or she is the judge and not the relative, the judgment will be correct. If the judge forgets and starts to identify somebody's relative, then the partiality is going to happen. The same way, what happened to Arjuna? He was supposed to be standing there as a warrior from Dharma side. And who were they? They were warriors on the Adharma side. If he had kept that identity very clear, there was no confusion, there was no need of how can I fight, how can I kill them, no confusion. He misplaced his identity. And that's why the moment identity was misplaced, compassion also was misplaced. Suddenly he started to feel, oh poor things, Duryodhana and all, they don't know what they are doing, they are so naive, not naive, they are cunning. They have done all these things against you. They wanted this all the while. Now they are getting it. Now this compassion is not correct. But Arjuna didn't understand this. And that is why the confusion of duty came. Because he didn't know who he is. Duty, he did not know what to do. In the analysis of Bhagavad Gita, we see what happened to Arjuna, how did he approach Shri Krishna, how did he tell, that happens in first chapter, beginning of second chapter also. And he said to Shri Krishna, Bhagavan, I don't think other than you giving me knowledge, there is any other way by which my confusion will go away, my sorrow will go away. So therefore, please teach me. Please teach me, Shri Krishna. And that is where Bhagavan started his operation. Now we know that this is a conversation between Shri Krishna and Arjuna, happened at the beginning of the Mahabharata war on the battlefield of Kurukshetra. And at least 5,500 years back, this whole thing happened, at least. Now, a question that often comes, some conversation that took place between two people such a long time back, how is it relevant now? Correct or no? You see, the world is about conversations only. Everything that we have from the history is conversations. The point is what? The conversations are about what topic? And are they universal conversations, or are they conversations about something which is time bound? We have all Upanishads coming out to us as conversations between Guru and Shishya. We have all the Puranas which are coming out as conversations only. Actually, Puranas sometimes it becomes even more complicated because we don't remember exactly whose conversation is going on. So there will be some conversation, within that conversation, some other conversation will start, within that there will be some other conversation which will start. Sutta Shaunaka Sampada, Srimad Bhagavata, many of you have studied. Sutta Shaunaka Sampada is happening. Within that they tell about Raja Parikshit asked similar questions to Shukha Brahmashi. Within that they are telling that there is a Maitreya Rishi and Vidurji, Vidur Maitreya Sampada is happening. And then you get confused. Whose conversation? Within one conversation, another conversation, another that, another third, another fourth. But all of them become relevant because the topic that is discussed is universal in nature. Universal in nature means what? Anybody at any time, at any place of the world can learn, can study and can gain something out of it. The universality of Srimad Bhagavad Gita is very well known. And that is why all the people, since that Mahabharata war till now, so many generations, so many great Mahatmas have gone back to Bhagavad Gita. Actually speaking, whatever we are discussing about spirituality is somehow connected with Bhagavad Gita. That much Bhagavad Gita is. See, Bhagavad Gita is part of Mahabharata as a text also. Correct? There is a text written by Bhagavan Vedavyasa which was called Jayam in the beginning, now it is called Mahabharata. So in that Mahabharata, in one Shanti Parva, there is this in Vishnu Parva, that there is this Bhagavad Gita is coming. Correct? So now, as a text, it is part of Mahabharata. Mahabharata itself is called as Panchama Veda. And in that Mahabharata also, Bhagavad Gita has got the most importance. Why? Because of universality of knowledge. There will be many other things discussed in the Mahabharata text which are relevant for certain times in our life. Bhagavad Gita is relevant at all times. Not just in our life, but in every single person's life. Wherever that person is, whatever nationality, religion, caste, creed, gender, age, it doesn't matter. There is something that one can learn from Srimad Bhagavad Gita. That's the beauty of the text. Next important point is, a lot is said about Bhagavad Gita which actually doesn't belong to Bhagavad Gita. And therefore, it is necessary for us to actually go into the text and understand what is said in Gita. I am sure you must be getting so many WhatsApp messages. I'll tell you WhatsApp and how their mentality works. Anything I tell you that it is my opinion, you won't take it. But the same opinion, if I say that Bhagavan Shri Krishna said to Arjuna, everybody said, what did he say? Swami Vivekananda ji asked Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, how can I get concentration? Now please, those who have studied the biography of Swami Vivekananda ji, even before meeting his Guru, he was very sharp, isn't it? We tell stories of how focused he was. Do you think he will ask this kind of question to Ramakrishna Paramahamsa? But no. Point is, somebody wants to tell you how to concentrate. They can't tell it as their knowledge. So they use great people's name. So in the name of Sri Krishna and Arjuna, in the name of Bhagavad Gita, so many things are told, so many things are taught, which are not true. I am sure you have heard about this criticism. Bhagavad Gita is the, what they call, is the supporter of violence. Sri Krishna instigates Arjuna to fight. Okay? Now you will say, violence. How? You see, every time Sri Krishna says to Arjuna, get up and fight, get up and fight. Therefore, the textbook is talking about fighting. My dear, please read the entire Bhagavad Gita. What is he telling Arjuna? Your duty at this moment is fighting. Therefore, when he says, therefore Arjuna, get up and fight, what does it mean? It means, therefore Arjuna, get up and do your duty. Now, at that time, it so happened that Arjuna's duty was fighting. But that doesn't mean this war-mongering is what is taught in Bhagavad Gita, or it instigates people into war. Nothing like that. It inspires us to act. It inspires us to act rightly. It inspires us to act as dedication unto God. It inspires us to love. And it inspires us to know. 5 things I said. What does Bhagavad Gita do? It inspires us to act. It inspires us to act rightly. It inspires us to act as a dedication to God. It inspires us to love. And it inspires us to know. These are the 5 verses of Gita Panchapata. The verses which are chosen here are telling these 5 essential points of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Why? So that the confusion, the wrong understanding about Bhagavad Gita will be removed. There are many other misconceptions about Bhagavad Gita. They think that this is meant only for the retired and elderly. That's what we also think. Suppose somebody says that I am going for Bhagavad Gita class. You will immediately ask question, why? What happened? As though it is some hospital and you are asking me, what happened? What happened? I want to study Bhagavad Gita. Nobody studies Bhagavad Gita just like that. Means something bad has to happen in our life so that we can study Bhagavad Gita. That is how we have started to think about Bhagavad Gita. Now naturally, when our thinking is like this, then the youngsters will think this is not for us. But I always give example. I say, you just look at to whom Bhagavad Gita was taught. Not to Dhritarashtra, Kunti and Vidura, Bhishma, Dronacharya, no, to Arjuna. He was a youngster, had life in front of him. So Bhagavan Sri Krishna is not teaching just elderly people. He is teaching a young person who is supposed to live life. Maximum elderly people speak here also. Don't think that I am saying that Gita is not for you. I am saying that Gita is just not for you, it is for everybody else. That's what I am saying. It is meant to be studied at the prime of our life. Why? Because it teaches us how to live. Imagine if I understand how to live after I have lived. Then only thing that I can do is repent. I should have come to this knowledge in advance. I should have come to this knowledge when I was young. Correct or not? So there is another misunderstanding of Bhagavad Gita, about Bhagavad Gita, that is meant for elderly people. Some people even say that Bhagavad Gita teaches us to take sannyas. You have to give up everything to study Bhagavad Gita. Actually, whoever says this now, my Sattanga Danda to them. Why? Because Bhagavan is the exact opposite. Arjuna wants to take up sannyas. And Bhagavan said, nothing doing, shut up, stand here. Stand in the battlefield and fight. He wants to go. He said it is better to live on Bhiksha in the forest than killing my own people. And Bhagavan said, nothing doing. You are going nowhere. You are here, you have to fight. So it is not a text that teaches us escapism. It is the text that teaches us how to face life. You see that battlefield of Kurukshetra, the war of Mahabharata, actually represents our life. Why? Because we are fighting all the time. Not with the world, with ourselves. Every day morning fight starts. With what? With alarm. Fight starts. What? Shall I put snooze? Or shall I close dismiss? Or shall I let it ring? Every day fight. How many times we have gotten up in the morning? All these days, but still every day fight is there. One person, one mother was waking up the son. And they get up, it's 7 o'clock, you have to go to school. What is this, Amma? I don't want to go to school. Why should I go to school? Go to school because you are the principal of the school. The principal also doesn't want to go. See, every day we are in the battlefield. Every day when we are living, we have this confusion. Is this my duty? Is this my duty? What should I do? Our basic things also. Which dress should I wear? Oh, how much discussion inside the mind. And if it comes outside with other people, then even more discussion happens. The pros and cons of wearing each dress. That's why I love being brahmachari. You don't have to think about which dress to wear. Close your eyes, open the cupboard, touch whatever comes to your hand, wear and come out. The best thing about this yellow dress also is, you don't know how many days I have worn this dress. You have no idea. You can't do that. You wear the same dress, next day they will ask, what happened? Yesterday also you were wearing the same dress. Now you never know whether I am wearing the same dress of yesterday or whether I have worn you. But you see, for every single thing we are confused. When you are driving, you will see this confusion in people. They want to go right and then suddenly they will go left. Correct? They want to go on flyover and then in between the flyover they will stop. Why? Wrong turn. They have to come back. No order. Bhagavad Gita teaches us how to live. Why? Because we are facing this kind of battle every single day of our life. The relevance of Bhagavad Gita will be immediately understood as we start studying it. It's not rocket science. As we start studying, you will see that there are changes happening in my life. I know that these are the things that I should be doing. Immediately, there will be some kind of inspiration, some kind of transformation which will bring the good in me, and I will slowly start walking the right path. It will happen. Many people they ask this question, why should I study Bhagavad Gita? Are you study then you take. पहले इस्तेमाल करें फिर विश्वास करें. Why should you believe somebody else? If you want to, I can give you quotes and many people who have studied Bhagavad Gita and they have changed their life. Mahatma Gandhi is there, Lokmanya Tilak is there, and Vinoba Bhave is there, and even foreign Einstein, etc. They all have studied Bhagavad Gita. They shaped their life based on Bhagavad Gita. So I can give you all that, but you see, that is all dry. You look at your own life. See, nowadays whenever there is that nutritious food, gym, weight reduction programs, have you seen all these things? There will be one before and after image. That all, there will be fat person talking, and then suddenly after 1 month, our nutritious program, what happened? We became very slim. Such pictures you have seen or not, before or after. Then for this hair transplant also they will show from top. One photo will be taken, before, after. Why? The proof. See, before using it was like this, after using it became like this. You see before and after picture of Arjuna. Arjuna before listening to Gita, how was he? Visrasya Sashanam Chapam, Shokasam Vignamas, he was crying, sitting in that chariot, the bow and arrow thrown, he sat down, crying. And then at the end of Mahabharata, at the end of Bhagavad Gita, standing and said to Bhagavan, Shri Krishna, you have told me whatever I can do, I will do what you said. Parishya Vachanam Karo. Sitosmi Gata Sandeha, no more confusion I have. Standing with bow and arrow in hand and he fought. So you see before and after picture of Arjuna, you will know what Bhagavad Gita is. But again I am telling you, all this is dry. The best proof is we ourselves. When we start studying Bhagavad Gita, we ourselves will feel the change in thinking, in perspective, in vision that we are getting from Bhagavad Gita. That itself is the biggest proof that Bhagavad Gita is relevant. What I am telling you is, at least try it. Free trial. Okay? You don't like it? Throw. No problem. But try it and throw. Don't reject it before understanding what it does. Alright? Now, Bhagavad Gita has 18 chapters. In all 700 shlokas, 700 verses are there. May become difficult for people to study and understand. Why? It is all not valid fear, but that's okay. I don't want to go there. That's not my topic for today. Otherwise, 1 hour I can speak on Sanskrit also. Why you should study Sanskrit? But that's not the topic. The topic is what? 700 verses. If I cannot understand, cannot study, where should I start? You start with this Gita Pancha Amrit. These are the 5 verses selected from Bhagavad Gita, which are directly connected with our life and which give very practical and simple way of living our life. Remember what I told you about the 5 verses which are selected? Gita inspires us to act rightly, act as dedication to God, teaches us to love, teaches us to know. These are the 5 verses that we are going to study. Actually, Bhagavad Gita is divided into 3 sections. 18 chapters divided into 3 sections. First 6 chapters, next 6 chapters, and last 6 chapters. So 3 sections of 6 chapters each. And Bhagavad Gita being the essence of the Upanishads, every chapter's end, you come with that. Also, you read that portion. Om Tat Sat Srimad Bhagavad Gita Upanishadsu. You see? So Bhagavad Gita is the essence of Upanishad. Sarvo Upanishado Ravo Dogdha Gopala Nandana Partho Vatsa Sudhir Bhokta Uddham Gita Amritam. Bhagavad Gita is that Gita Amrit, that nectar of milk which has come from the cows called Upanishads. So it is the essence of the Upanishads. And the Upanishads are talking about the oneness between you and God, oneness between you and the world, oneness between the individual and total. So Mahavakya Tattvamasi Aham Brahmasmi, this is the essence of the Upanishads. Now Bhagavad Gita being the essence of the Upanishads must explain this oneness. How does it do? It has 3 sections. First section, chapters 1 to 6, talk about the individual Jiva. Yeah? How many of you have studied Bhagavad Gita? Many of you have. So it starts with Arjuna's Vishada, where he opens up to Shri Krishna and says, this is my problem. And Bhagavan starts with Sankhya, Nishtha as the goal, then Karma Yoga as the means, Jnana Karma Sannyasa as the next step, Karma Sannyasa as the next step, Dhyana Yoga as the last step, leading to Sankhya Nishtha. What an individual should do. Who is an individual? What is the essential nature of individual? Why is he bound? How can he come out of the bondage? What is the path? Everything is discussed in first 6 chapters. 6 chapters, first section talks about the individual. The next 6 chapters, chapters 7 to 12, talk about God or the world, totality. 7th chapter, Jnana Vijnana Yoga, where this explanation is there, how God is the cause of the world. Apara Prakriti, Para Prakriti, he will explain. Then he says that I am like the thread who binds this entire world. Sutre Maniyana Yoga, 7th chapter. 9th chapter, he continues this topic. 8th chapter, some question answers are there. 9th chapter, he continues the topic. Then he shows how the entire world is nothing but me, God. So I am present in everything of the world. 10th chapter, Vibhuti Vistar Yoga. Then he explains the entire world is present in me. 11th chapter, Vishwarupa Darshana Yoga. And how to approach this God, Bhakti Yoga, 12th chapter. So first 6 chapters are talking about the individual. The next 6 chapters are talking about God or the world, and the God as the cause of the world. And last 6 chapters talk about the oneness between the individual and total. Are you getting? So the last 6 chapters, you see, 13th chapter will speak of this Kshetra Kshetrajna Vibhaga Yoga. Right? There is a Kshetra, there is a Kshetrajna, I am the Kshetrajna, not the Kshetra. All this kind of oneness, to show the oneness, division will be done. The separation will be done to show that you see there is oneness. So Kshetra Kshetrajna Vibhaga Yoga, Gunatraya Vibhaga Yoga, then even 16th chapter, Daivasura Sampada Vibhaga Yoga, Shraddhatraya Vibhaga Yoga, all these Vibhaga Yogas are to explain that there is oneness. And then in between, there is a 15th chapter, which is the essence of the entire Vedantic knowledge, the essence of the all Shastras, and 18th chapter, which is a summary of the entire teaching. So Bhagavad Gita, in the 3 sections, deals with the essential topic of the Upanishads, and that is the Mahavakya. Tat Tvam Asi, you are that. So who are you? First section. Who is that? Second section. How is the oneness? Third section. That is exactly what the Gita Panchamrit also does. First 3 verses of Gita Panchamrit will talk about the individual. 4th verse will talk about God. 5th verse will talk about the oneness. So, all Upanishads summarized in Gita. Essential points are in Gita. Gita, essential points are there in this Gita Panchamrit. Other way to look at these 3 sections also, many people they say Karma Yoga is the topic of first 6 chapters, Bhakti Yoga is the topic of next 6 chapters, Jnana Yoga is the topic of last 6 chapters. No problem. First 3 verses of Gita Panchamrit, Karma Yoga, 4th verse Bhakti Yoga, Jnana Yoga is the 5th verse. However you want to look at this, these are the 5 verses which will give us a complete perspective of our life by giving the essential teaching of Bhagavad Gita. Now somebody may ask, why this partiality? What partiality? 3 verses for Karma Yoga, only 1 for Bhakti Yoga, only 1 for Jnana Yoga. Why 3 verses? Because that is where we are. You read entire Bhagavad Gita, after every point, Bhagavan will come back and say, therefore Arjuna do Karma Yoga, therefore Arjuna do Karma Yoga. Correct or no? Those who have studied, you know this or not. 6th chapter is talking about Dhyana. Correct? And then he says, Arjuna, greater than this is Karma Yoga. He is the greatest yogi, he calls. 12th chapter, Bhakti. Entire the topic Bhagavad Bhakti from 7 to 12 chapter he has explained. Then he sits in the 12th chapter. Shreyo hi jnanam abhyasa jnana dhyanam vishishyate dhyana karma phalatya. He'll come back to the point that therefore Arjuna, you must do karma yoga. Why? One should not forget what is my immediate step. Yes, the entire path is shown. Bhakti marga is shown, jnana marga is shown, everything is shown, Shravana Manana, everything is shown. But what is my immediate next part? What is the next step? That is karma yoga. Therefore the emphasis on karma yoga. There is emphasis of karma yoga in the Bhagavad Gita. Therefore there is emphasis of karma yoga in this Gita Panchamrita also. Alright? These are the 5 verses selected by our Guruji, Swami Tejomayanji and Swami Subramania, who is the head of the mission. In the 75th year of Chinmay mission, it is sankalpa from every one of us that these 5 verses should be known by all Bharatiyas, by all Sanatanis, by all Hindus. Right? Why? At least this much we should know about our own text. We keep on saying so much about our culture, our religion, our nation, but we should go deeper into it, even a little bit, that's fine. So these are the 5 verses. So today we are going to learn how to chant the verses. Please pay attention. We are going to learn how to chant. We are going to see the meaning and we are going to see the implementation of that into our life. This is what you must take, you must practice and you must propagate. Alright? I will chant each verse, you please repeat after me. These are verses taken from different chapters, okay? First verse is taken from the 6th chapter, then second verse is taken from 2nd chapter, third and fourth are from 9th chapter, last one is from 18th chapter, okay? So, 2nd chapter, summary of Bhagavad Gita in prospect, what is going to come, that is explained in 2nd chapter. 18th chapter, summary in retrospect, whatever is taught is summarized there. And 9th chapter comes in the center. So 2 verses from there also. Right? I will chant and repeat after me. Uttharedatmanatmanam Natmanam avasadayet Atmaiva Atmano Bandhuhu Atmaiva Ripuratmanah Together? Uttharedatmanatmanam Natmanam avasadayet Atmaiva Atmano Bandhuhu Atmaiva Ripuratmanah. We'll go verse by verse. Uddhare Atmana Atmanam Na Atmanam Avasadaye Atma eva hi Atmanah bandhuhu Atma eva repuhu Atmanah. Sanskrit is very easy, okay? You should just know how to use it. Very easy language. Atmanam Atmana Uddhare. Uddhare, lift. Ut is the upasarga that is used to show upward movement. Uttishta. Udana vayu, that which goes up. Right? That is Uddhare. Lift. What? Atmana Uddhare. Lift yourself. How? Atmana by yourself. Lift yourself by yourself. Na Atmanam Avasadaye. Don't push yourself down. Don't degrade yourself. Don't insult yourself. Lift yourself by yourself. Don't degrade yourself. How can I lift myself by myself? Atma evahi Atmanah bandhuhu. You are your own friend. Atma evahi Atmanah. You are your own enemy. The word Atma is coming so many times. Don't get scared. Atma doesn't mean ghost. Atma means self. And here Atma word is used in 2 senses. Jiva The individual ego and also Atma means mind. So when it is said, lift yourself by yourself, means lift yourself by using your mind. Na Atmana avasare, don't degrade yourself. Atma eva hi Atmana bandhu, your mind is your best friend. Atma eva hi Atmana, your mind is your worst enemy. See, what is the point that he is trying to tell here? This is the first verse, no? First verse is to inspire us to act. Why? Because by nature we are all lazy people. You may say, no, Vijay, I am very active. Not me. We are active because we want to get something. The moment we think that that can come to me without doing anything, we will not do it. Yes or no? Suppose you tell the school children that you don't have to write the exam, you will get result. Will they study? Will they go to school? Will they write exam? If you tell the elder people you don't have to work, you will get the salary. Will you work? Will you work? The super elderly people who have retired, if they tell you you don't have to go anywhere, everything will come at your place. Will you go anywhere? Why? By nature. Why? Because body is inert. Stooler, it loves to stay at one place. Unless you see that Newton was right. Law of inertia. Every object continues in the state of motion or inertia unless acted upon by external unbalanced force. Unless some external force is pulling or pushing, the body will not move. We all love to not do anything. Rather, we do everything so that at some point of time we don't have to do anything. Our plan of life is superb. Now I am going to do lot of things. Why? So that one day I can relax. Why? Very interesting conversation between a lazy people and active person. Active person goes to lazy person and says, get up. You must act. Says, why? Alright? If you sleep, nothing will happen. Get up. Why? Work. Why? You will get money. What will happen if I get money? Or money you can buy home. What will happen if I buy home? In your home you can have all the amenities. Everything should be there. You know, all the bed and nice cushion and AC and somebody to bring coffee for you. Everything will be there. So then you can sleep. That I am doing even now. Why I should do all these things so that one day I can sleep peacefully? I am sleeping peacefully. No. Please give me one valid reason why I should act. Because we cannot remain without action. How much ever we may say that we are lazy and we like not to act, but we cannot remain without action even for a moment. So just as it is true that the body is inert and therefore likes to be lazy, mind is extremely active and it likes to act. Look at the combination that we have got. Body that doesn't want to do anything, mind that doesn't want to remain in one place for a moment. You may say, I came here at 5 o'clock, but only the body has come at 5 o'clock. From 5 to now, 5:50, where all places mind has gone? Subramania. Whole Vishwa it has roamed. Why? Mind cannot remain in one place. That's the nature of mind now. It continues to act. You see, I always say, suppose to children you want to say, if you want children to become quiet, what do you say? Shh, don't do anything. If you say don't do anything, they won't know what to do. Therefore you give action. Sit down. Fold your hands. Keep one finger on your lip. See, you are telling them to act so that they will stop the action. Why? Because action is the only instruction that mind understands. Not doing something, mind doesn't understand. I will give live demonstration. Don't believe because I am telling. Live demonstration I will give. Don't think of monkey, what did you do? You thought of monkey. But I told you not to think of monkey. You see, mind doesn't understand this instruction. Think of a pen. Thought of a pen? Now, did you think of monkey when I told you to think about a pen? No. Because till the time I said monkey, there was no thought of monkey in your mind. Only when I said don't think of monkey, mind only thought that monkey part. It did not carry the don't think. Why? It doesn't understand the negative instruction. It doesn't understand when you tell not to do anything. Suppose you tell somebody, don't do anything. Don't do means to do what? Don't do means don't do anything. But then, what will I do if I don't do anything? Why? Because mind is always active. Nahi kashchit kshanamaphi jagratiष्ठति अकर्मफल, says Bhagavan, third chapter. That not even for a moment any person in this entire world can remain without action. So act, we must. We have to act. Now, what is he saying? Act. Uddhare atma. Act to lift yourself. Don't act to degrade yourself. Don't lose confidence. Don't give up this kind of what do you call inspiration that has come. Don't give it up. Stay with it. Lift yourself by yourself. Use your mind to lift yourself. Don't degrade yourself using your mind. I am good for nothing. What can I do? I am such a miserable person. No. If there is anybody in the whole world who can do, that is me. I have to do. Uddhare atma. Atma namasate. Why? Atma evadi atma namasate. Your mind is your best friend. So you make your mind your best friend, the mind will lift you. Mind will support you. We often say human beings have reached such vast things in the world, isn't it? We have built such houses, we have built aeroplanes, and what is it that mind cannot do? There is no, the sky is the limit, we say. Actually, sky is also not the limit now. We have gone beyond sky. Why? Everything we are keeping in clouds only. Phone. Where are your photos? Cloud. Contacts? Cloud. One day cloud will burst, everything will go away. But till the day, everything is there. We have reached clouds. Every day we are talking with clouds only. Internet, what is this? How human beings are able to do this? Because they have made their mind their own friend. If mind becomes your friend, it will lift you up. If mind becomes your enemy, it will put you down. Now the question is, how mind will become my friend? Mind will become your friend if that mind is guided by the intellect. Mind will become your enemy if the mind guides the intellect. Mind is a very good follower and very terrible leader. You ask mind to follow, mind will be the best one to follow. You give instruction, mind will follow. Mind will do it. You tell mind to decide, misery will come to us. Why? We know what mind wants. We say also who is a good leader, one who takes a decision and sticks to it. Correct? Imagine a leader who tells you one thing and by the time you have gone to a place, changes the decision. Then you find it very difficult to work. Mind is exactly like that. Why? Mind changes decision every moment. Today I want to eat pizza. But then today doesn't remain. Why? In next 2 minutes I might have changed what I want to eat. I told you already I want to go right. Suddenly I go left. You should see in restaurants when they are ordering, no? They ask, have you decided what you want to do? They say yes. Now by the time the waiter comes and takes the order, 5 times the order changes. Why? Mind cannot stay at one place. Now such mind which changes every moment is a very terrible leader. Why? If leader keeps changing the direction, where are you going to go? One day here, then next moment here, next moment here, next moment. This WhatsApp, Facebook, Instagram, all of them have this status. when Facebook started this concept, they used to write it, what's on your mind? And they call it a status, and very cleverly they delete the status in 24 hours. Why? Because they know that in 24 hours mind has changed, the status of mind is different. And on that status, every moment you can put a new status. Why? Because mind's status changes every moment. Mind is a great follower but a terrible leader. When mind follows you, it is your friend. When it leads, it is your enemy. So make your mind your friend and live yourself. First verse. This is how I must be inspired to act. Now once I know I have to act, next step comes, I should act in the right way. What is that right way of action? Second verse, repeat. Karmanyevadhikaraste ma phayeshu kadachana ma karma phala heturбhuः ma te sangosva karmani कर्मण्येवाधिकारस्ते मा फलेषु कदाचन मा कर्मफलहेतुर्भुः मा ते सङ्गोऽस्व कर्मणि. When I know that I have to act, I must know how to act. What is the right way, right attitude of action? Bhagavan Shri Krishna explains it here in this verse from second chapter. Karmani eva adhikarate. Oh Arjuna, true Arjuna is talking to all of us. Oh individual, your adhikara, your right, karmani eva is in action alone. Phaleshu kadachana ma, and never in the result of action. What do you mean by that? Action is in my hand, result not in my hand. Freedom is there in action, not in the result. I can decide how I want to study, but I cannot dictate how many marks I will get. Correct? I can have freedom in how I want to drive, but I cannot be sure that the accident will not happen. Why? That it depends on so many other factors. I can decide how I want to play the game of cricket or football, but I cannot dictate whether I will win or not. Playing is in my hand, winning or losing not in my hand. Te adhikara, your right, your freedom is in action and not in the result of action. And therefore, don't insist on the result. You focus on action, result will follow. But if you try to insist on the result, it will not work. Why? Because it is not in your hand. Vinci, I have some suggestions. Suggestions for whom? Suggestions for the organizers who have organized this program. I have some suggestions. Can I give? Of course we can give. First of all, they should keep this program on the ground floor. It's very difficult to climb. Second of all, it should be easy. It should be easy. Third of all, they should close everything. Fourth, but there should be nice scenery. What? If you close everything, how there will be nice? No, I am just giving myself. You give how much your suggestions you want. Why? Nothing is in your hand. I have such suggestions even for the Prime Minister of India. Oh, Modi ji, you have problem? No, I don't like some of his policies. Who are you? I retired as a peon from a school. So your entire life you remain peon and you have suggestions for Prime Minister of India on the policies that he is taking. Actually, I also have some suggestions for Virat Kohli on how he should bat. None of these things are in my hand. Why should I insist on all those things which are not in my hand? What is in my hand? My action is in my hand. That is the only thing which is in my hand. I should focus on that. By no means Bhagavan Shri Krishna is saying here, act without thinking of result. No. Without thinking of result, nobody will act. But the point is, don't insist on the result. Why? Because the result is not in your hand. If it is not in your hand, why are you insisting? By insisting on the result, you will only get disappointment. You are not going to get anything else. Gurudev says, disappointment comes to those who make appointment with future. The moment you start thinking of result, you have made appointment with future. Good result, bad result, doesn't matter. Don't insist on anything. While acting, focus on action. Why? That is the only thing which is in my hand. Study, my hand. Writing exam, my hand. Result, not in my hand. Actually, if you don't know, let me tell you, result is not in anybody's hand. Even the university doesn't know what kind of result will come. Why? The one who is taking the paper, if he is in good mood, if his wife comes and gives hot coffee to him, he likes it, he gives marks. If the wife comes and fights, he cuts the marks. How will you explain this to a person? Why your result is bad? You don't know. You have no idea. Why? You cannot insist on the result. Our right is only in action. Now, when I say don't insist on result, what does it mean? Ma karma phala hetu. Karma phala hetu ma bhu. Don't become a person for whom karma phala, result of action, hetu, is the purpose of performing that action. What? Don't perform an action to get the result. The result of action should not be your motive of action. I hope you all voted last week. Did you? Yes. When you go for voting, if you say, I will vote only if my candidate is going to win, then you can't do anything. Why? You can't insist on what result will come. You do your job. If you want your candidate to win, you have to vote. It's not other way around. I will vote if my candidate is winning. Then wait. By not acting, if my purpose, motive of action is the result of action, mostly I will not do anything. Because I don't know whether I will get it or not. It is like saying, I will take part in the competition only if I come first. Then first take part. Then we will see whether you will come first or not. We cannot insist on the result. Therefore, the result of action should not be the cause of action. Ma karma phala hetu. Okay, it's very good. Then what have you said? I have to say I am not going to do anything. Ma te sangha astu akarmani. May you not have attachment to inaction also. Why? Because we already said nobody can remain without action. So we have to act. Why should you act? How you should act? Act with the attitude, with the thought, with the purpose that I am doing it because this is my duty. Not because I am going to get something out of it. Think. There is a shift in the attitude behind the action. I am going to my office because I am getting salary. No. I am going to my office because it is my duty. Salary will come as a byproduct anyways. I don't have to keep that salary as the motive for action. Then what will happen when they give less salary? You will be less motivated to act. When they give more salary, you will be more inspired to act. No, your action should not change according to the result. You act because it is your duty and the result will follow. That is the right attitude of action. No, somebody says, doing duty is boring. Let me be specific. Doing one's own duty is boring. Other person's duty is very fascinating. Many people they come to ashram. When ashram is there, they will come for some camp. 7 days camp, spiritual camp. And ladies will be always more in the camp than gents. Do you know this? Please take out any statistics. I am happy to be proven wrong, but I know I won't be proven wrong. Why? Because they love the idea that for 7 days you just have to take the plate and go and they will give you food. You don't have to think about what to cook, how to cook, get into the kitchen, cook, nothing. They are so happy. And immediately they will come to brahmachari, swamis and this. Life is so nice. What is life? What our life is like? You just come there. And you say Brahma, Brahma, they will bring the food. You don't have to cook at all. 2 days. Come to my place. Come to my place, not where I stay, but take my place. Go to 3 people's house every day and eat diksha. Now, why should I give long examples? Now for last 1 week, atyachar is happening on my stomach. You have no idea. They will call me for diksha at everybody's house and everybody's house will give so much of food. I make sure that whenever I go for diksha, I always take somebody with me. They should know what I am going through. Try it for 2 days. I am not even saying 1 week. Try it for 2 days. You will know it is not easy to eat. I agree it is difficult to cook. I have sympathies towards you. But please have sympathies for me also. Nobody's duty is easy. Please understand this. The point of duty is it doesn't matter whether it is easy or difficult. It is my duty. I have to do it. Full stop. It may appear very boring. Doesn't matter. Somebody's duty may appear very interesting. Doesn't matter. I have to do what is my duty. In case you feel that it is very difficult to inspire yourself just with the thought of duty, there comes the third verse. Inspiration to act. Inspiration to act rightly. Now inspiration to act with dedication to God. Let's see. Third verse. Repeat. Yattaroshi yadashnasi. Yattaroshi yadashnasi. Yacchuhoshi dadasi yad. Yacchuhoshi dadasi yad. Yattapasyasi kaunteya. Yattapasyasi kaunteya. Tat purushvamadarpanam. Tat purushvamadarpanam. Yattaroshi yadashnasi. Yacchuhoshi dadasi yad. Yattapasyasi kaunteya. What Bhagavan says, sometimes doing your own duty may not give enough inspiration to you to act, may not give enough liking, and you may be little bored. So what you should do? Offer that duty to somebody else and you will start enjoying. Teacher's job may appear boring, but when you understand that you are doing it for the next generation, you will get that inspiration and joy. Why? Because now it is not just duty, but it is duty dedicated to somebody else. When you say, I am doing this in memory of my father, you see, The action is same, your duty, but the moment you dedicate it to somebody else, there is a joy, there is more inspiration in doing so. So immediately after telling, first verse of Gita Panchapur tells me, act. Second verse tells me, act rightly. Third verse tells me, act with an attitude of dedication. To whom? Bhagavan Shri Krishna says, 9th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Yat karoshi, whatever you do, Yat ashnasi, whatever you eat, Yat juhoshi, whatever you offer into fire, Yat dadasi, whatever you give as charity, Yat tapasyasi, whatever tapas you do, Arjuna, tat kurushva madarapanam. Do all that as an offering unto me. Here that me is what? So our duty must be dedicated to God. Why are you doing your duty? Because it is my way of worshipping my God. The moment I start doing it for God, there is a joy in performing the action. There is an inspiration to do it perfectly. Best example is Shabri. When Shabri was told that one day Sri Rama will come, which day she didn't know. So every day she used to prepare the ashram in such a way that today Sri Rama is going to come. So every day she will get up with inspiration. We'll clean the entire ashram, we'll keep everything neat and clean, we'll keep the ashram ready, water is there, fruits are there, everything is ready. She will wait for God. God doesn't come next day. Again, God may come today. Again, the whole thing. One may think, what is this every day she is doing? But you see the dedication to God. That makes the action beautiful. Actually speaking, in the Shabri story, neither in Valmiki Ramayana nor in Tulsi Ramayana it is said that she ate the she tasted the fruit before giving to God. No, nothing like that is said. Why? Our Guruji says, she was so tuned to the entire thing. Every day she will prepare everything for Bhagavan. Isn't it? Will keep the fruit. And when God has not come, in the night she will eat. So she exactly knew to which tree, which fruit is good, which fruit is tasty. She used to pick only those tasty fruit. So there is no need for her to taste at that moment and give to God. Of course, the tasting and then God is taking, that has a different feeling that comes out. But this also is a different feeling. That she did everything for God, day in and day out for so many years. But that beauty did not feel like a burden. Why? Because it was dedicated to God. When I do things for God, that action becomes beautiful. That action becomes perfect. When you have somebody, some of your guests coming to your home, now that day's cleaning of the house is dedicated to the guest. And therefore, it is better than the usual. Yes or no? In all everyday else, it is dedicated to whom? To the family. And if you are staying alone, then even lower purpose of action. What? To yourself. So then what happens? Clothes are lying down. They are exactly at the place where they are supposed to be. Somebody else may have a different opinion that they should be in the cupboard, folded, etc. I don't feel like that. Why should you fold the clothes when anyway you have to open it and wear it? Why unnecessarily fold? Like that. Action is not at all perfect. Why? Because you are dedicating it to yourself. The moment you stay with the family, at least you are dedicating it to your family. It is better. When the guests are coming, even better. Why? You are dedicating it to somebody here. Imagine somebody much higher, Prime Minister of India, President of India, some Mathadipati is coming to your home. Then, even more cleaning and everything. Decoration also you will do. See, duty only you are doing, right? Then what is this difference? The difference is in the dedication of the duty. To whom are you dedicating that? To the maximum possible order you can dedicate your action. And that maximum order is God. You dedicate your action to God, every single action will be perfect. Not because you did it perfectly, but because you dedicated it to perfect God. Perfection into action comes from God. See, even when we do puja, we say, Yajasmritya tu namopya tapah puja kriyadeshu nyunam sampurnatam yapi sadhyo vande namachyut. I remember and worship and prostrate to that Achyuta, that Vishnu, who gives purnata to every nyunata of mine, who gives completion to every incompleteness of mine. Why? Our actions are bound to be finite. Why? Because limited person is doing the limited action. But it becomes infinite when it is offered to God, because God is infinite. Yet Koroshi, whatever you do, Yadasnasi, whatever you eat means whatever normal action, walking, sleeping, talking, taking bath, cooking food, eating food, every single action. Not just Laukik action, Shastriya action also, Vedic action also, yet Juhoshi, yet Dadasi, yet Tapasyasi. Whatever yajna you are doing, dana you are doing, tapas you are doing, those actions also offer it to me, Bhagavan says. This kind of dedication gives beauty to the action, gives perfection to the action, and you become capable of not just performing the action, but getting the best result out of that action, and that is purity of mind. Action can create punya or papa, but that is not the best result. The best result is when your heart is purified by that action. Karma yoga gives chitta shuddhi. So in essence, what is karma yoga? Karma yoga is performing your duty, offering it to God. Ishwararpana buddhi. And therefore, when you get the result, you accept whatever result comes as gift of God, prasada buddhi. Why? You didn't do the action for result. When you did not do action for result, you did it for God. So whatever result comes, you are happy. You accept it. Ishwararpana buddhi plus prasada buddhi is karma yoga. This is the essence of action. Act, we must. How to act without keeping result and insistence on the result in mind. Number 3, how to act perfectly by dedicating the action to God. Next, what? How to love. Why to love? Whom to love? Next verse. Ananyashchintayanto mam ye janah paryupasate tesham nityabhiyuktanam yogakshemam vahamyaham ananyashchintayanto mam ye janah paryupasate tesham nityabhiyuktanam yogakshemam vahamyaham. Bhagavan says, Arjuna, karma yoga has taught you how to perform action as dedication to God. Now what? Now dedicate yourself to God. Ananya bhakti. Ye janaha ananyaschintayanta mam upasate, paryupasate. Those people who are ananya bhaktas. Ananya bhaktas means what? No anyas. They don't have anybody else. They don't have any other reason to love me. They just love me. Sadhana and sadhya, both are Bhagavan. They are not worshipping me to get something else. They are not going somewhere else to come to me. They are coming to me for me. They are called Ananya Bhaktas. We go to temple to eat prasad. We go to ISKCON temple to eat prasad only. We don't even go to temple. First floor only we are done. Who will go to second floor? Gopalas. There only we are stuck. Govindas, sorry. See, you go more, therefore you will know. I have never gone there to Govindas or Gopalas. See, you are going to temple for prasad. Means, Bhagavan is sadhana, but sadhya is something else. You go to Bhagavan saying, Bhagavan, please remove my sorrow. So, removal of sorrow is the goal, and Bhagavan you are using as means. Bhagavan, give me this, no? This neighbor's house is very good. There. So, that neighbor's house is your goal. Bhagavan has become means. That is not called Ananda Bhakta. Ananda Bhakta means what? We love Bhagavan for Bhagavan. Do you want anything else? No, take something else. Well, I don't have. What will I do? When Bhagavan is there with me, what else I want? Think. Tukaram Maharaj says, "Na lage mukti dharma sampada." I don't even want mukti. If I want mukti, therefore I am going to God. Again, it is not Ananda Bhakti. Because you are going for God, you are going for bhakti to get mukti. No, bhakti for bhakti's sake. Love for love's sake. Why do you love God? For no reason. Why? If there is a reason, then I love the reason, not the God. Even human term. If I say, I love somebody because she is beautiful, which means you love the beauty, not her. So if you see that beauty somewhere else, you will start loving that person also. I love a man because he is intelligent. You love intelligence and not the man. Gurudev used to say, love is in spite of, not because of. If my love towards somebody is because of something, then that love will vanish when that thing is not there. I love somebody for the beauty. When beauty is not there, my love will not be there. Why do you love God? For no reason. I just love God. Why should I have logic and reason for loving? Do you have your favorite color that you like? Why do you love that color? I just love it. No, why do you love only that color? There is no logic. And why should there be logic? I just love it. Why do you love God? No reason. This is called Ananda. There is no reason. Bhagavan says, if you have Ananda Bhakti towards me, Yesham Nitya Abhiyuktanam, for such people who are ever united with me, Yoga Kshemam Vahamyam, I carry out, what do you say? See, translation is very bad. I provide, no, I don't provide. I carry their Yoga Kshema. Vahana means actually to carry. Dadami is to give. He didn't say I give. Yoga and Kshema, I carry, I take care. What is Yoga and Kshema? Yoga means to attain what you do not have. Apraptasya praptihi yoga. Praptasya rakshanam kshema. To protect what you have is kshema. In short, our entire life is yoga kshema. I don't have car, I get car, yoga. Now I have to maintain the car, put petrol, take care of the car, keep taking insurance every year, kshema. I don't have house, I get house, yoga. Now I have to maintain the house. I thought house will be a shelter for me. Now I have become shelter for the house. I was thinking, where will I go here and there, therefore I should have my own home. And now I cannot keep my home locked, therefore I stay inside home. Our entire life is yoga and kshema. Getting what I don't have, protecting what I have. Bhagavan says, you dedicate yourself to me, I will take care of your yoga and kshema. You don't have to worry about it. So what can I do? I will chant Bhagavan's name. I will be dedicated to God. God takes care of everything. Yoga kshema bhava. This Ananda Bhakti is the path of love. Karma Yoga, path of action. Bhakti Yoga, path of devotion. What is devotion? Love for God is devotion. How you should love God? For no reason. God, love for love's sake. That's called Ananya Bhakti. When you do this, God says, I will take care. This God's kripa happens. He takes care of everything. Now comes the last verse, path of knowledge. Let us see. This is also the last verse of Upadesha by Bhagavan Shri Krishna to Arjuna. In the 18th chapter, the last thing that he says, what? Sarva dharman parityajya mamekam sharanam vraja aham tva sarva papebhyah mokshayishyami ma shuchah sarva-dharman parityajya mamekam sharanam vraja aham tva sarva papebhyah mokshayishyami ma shuchah. Arjuna, sarva dharman parityajya, give up all actions, give up all desires for actions, give up all likes and dislikes in the actions, and surrender yourself to me. Mam ekam sharanam vraja. Sarva dharman parityajya, give up everything else, dedicate or surrender unto me alone. I, tva, to do for you, sarva papebhyah mokshayisya. I will release you from all sins. I will release you from all bondage. I will give you liberation. Ma shuchah, don't cry. This is the final teaching. What is it that I have to surrender to God? Everything that I have. Till when? Till the time the I who is surrendering also surrenders. I am surrendering my desires. I am surrendering my likes and dislikes. I am surrendering my wants. I am surrendering my insistence. I am surrendering my kama, krodha, lobha, etc. Then that I should surrender itself at the feet of God. Surrender of ego is what is called as knowledge. Shravana Mana Nididhyasana is supposed to take us to this surrender of ego. Give up all other actions, surrender unto me. Bhagavan says, and I will liberate you. Ma shuchah, don't worry, don't complain, don't cry. When Bhagavan gives promise, we should believe. Because Bhagavan is not a politician. He only cares about us. He is the only one who has always been with us in all these births, not just in this birth, but in all these births. He has been our mother and father in and through every life, every embodiment that we have taken. He is the only friend, Surdam Sarvabhuta. He is the best friend of every individual. He is the best friend of us, who has been with us all throughout. When he says, leave everything to me and I will liberate you, you should believe. As I said, do it to believe it. Surrender to the ego at the feet of Bhagavan and Bhagavan will liberate you. Ma shuchah, don't worry, don't cry. This is the central message of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Surrender and don't cry. Surrender your action. Don't cry means what? Don't worry. Why? Because he is there to worry. Gurudev used to say, do your best and leave the rest. Leave the rest to him. He will take care. This is the essence of jnana. What? I have to surrender my ego. And Bhagavan will take care. Alright, this is the essence of Bhagavad Gita. This is Gita Panchamrit, the 5 nectarian verses of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. In this entire year, now we are in January till December, we must remember these verses, memorize these verses, we must know the meaning clearly, and we must propagate these verses, teach it to every single individual that we know. maybe from any religion, any caste, any creed, it doesn't matter. Everybody should know this. It has nothing to do with religion. It is human beings that need to learn this. Right? Please propagate this Gita Panchanga. We will chant the 5 shlokas together and we will conclude. Together. Uttharedatmanatmanam Natmanamapasadaye Atmaiva Hyatmano Bandhu Atmaiva Ripuratmanaha Karmanyevadhikaraste Ma Bhaleshu Kadachana Ma Karma Phalaheturvhu Ma Te Sambhostha Karmani Yat Karoshi Yadashnasi Yat Juhoshi Dadasi Yat Tapasyasi Kaunteya Tat Kurushva Madarkanam Ananyashimtayanto Mam Ye Jana Paryupasate Tesham Nityabhiyuktanam Yogakshemam Vahamyaham Sarvadharman Parityajya Mamekam Sharanam Vraja Aham Tva Sarva Papebhyah Mokshayishyami Ma Shruta. Hari Om. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Hari Om.
Hari Om. So we conclude